At first glance, international and Korean K-pop fans might seem alike, but anybody who decides to look beneath the surface realizes that's not really true. They might share similar passion and love, but there are a few differences that make them unique and powerful in their own way. It goes without saying that any kind of celebrity can't live without their fans. Fans in general are the driving force that bring the celebrity their success and popularity, but K-pop fans take this especially seriously as they want their idols to be as successful as they can possibly be. In recent years, K-pop has shifted in a lot of ways, but now more than ever, idols have to appeal to an even broader audience than before, which seriously affects their promotional strategies and changes their relationship with their fans. K-pop has become a global phenomenon, and with the fandoms being divided into the international group and the Korean group, there's bound to be a difference between them. To set an example, international fans and Korean fans view boy groups and girl groups in different lights. While Korean fans gravitate towards boy groups a little more, international fans are way more friendlier towards girl groups. The main reason could be that Korean fandoms are mostly females who would go above and beyond for their beloved male idols. Korean fandoms of girl groups tend to be a little weaker in terms of quality and quantity. This doesn't have to necessarily be the fans' fault though. A few months ago, there was a post on Twitter that listed a few reasons why a particular K-pop company should focus more on establishing a loyal domestic fan base for their artists. The OP didn't say which agency or which group that they were talking about, but they did say that if the agency tries to bring in more domestic fans, the better it will get over time. They also said that overseas fans are all over the place and that they change fandoms quite quickly. OP then went on to share that it would be beneficial if companies created more free content to generate buzz and released unscripted shows rather than scripted variety shows that don't show off the real personalities of idols. OP stated that paid content usually deter fans from joining the fandom or indulging more with the idols. At the end of the post, OP said that if companies focus too much on appealing to try to match their concepts to international standards, the popularity of K-pop will decline. A lot of international fans agreed that Korean idols need to have strong domestic fan bases regardless of their popularity overseas. However, a lot of them stated that they were offended when OP said that they are less loyal than Korean fans. There are a lot of layers to this issue, such as international fans contributing more to sales while Korean fans are way better in keeping the longevity of idols, and there's also the matter of cultural sensitivity. But to put it simply, international fans are just as important as Korean fans. Korean fans just tend to have a slightly better treatment. Though that difference is a big one, there's one that drives a huge wedge between Korean fans and international fans. It's safe to say that Korean fans are incredibly privileged in terms of being a fan. They have the highest chance of seeing their favorite idols in concerts, public broadcasts, or during fan meetings. International fans have it way tougher. If they're not willing to travel to South Korea to see their favorites, the only way to see them is if the artist decides to hold a world tour. This on its own is a topic for another conversation. Usually these world tours prioritize Asia and the United States, and it's a miracle if any artist decides to venture into Europe. For whatever reason, idols just don't come to Europe that often, and no one seems to know why. Years ago, Europe maybe didn't have as strong of a fan base as the States or Asia, but it has grown rapidly over the years. If idols do decide to come to Europe, their stops are very sparse and limited, which only saddens European fans even more. Apart from concerts, Korean fans can also attend fan meetings with their idols on multiple occasions as well. It's a known fact that some fans attend the fan meetings so often that the idols just remember their names and faces. Hyuna is one of the idols who remembers some of her fans who attend her fan meetings whenever they have the chance. Because of this, Korean fans can feel as if they're friends with their idol, often forming a so-called parasocial relationship with the idol. With fan meetings comes the fan service. We've all seen those videos of idols holding their fans' hands or doing aegyo for them. This only fuels the relationship between the idols and the fans even more, and becomes yet another thing international fans are deprived of. Although it's way harder for international fans to see their idols in person, there is a way to interact with them, and most of the time it's through fan call events. Fan call events became extremely popular during the COVID-19 pandemic when idols couldn't host in-person fan meetings, and they became kind of a staple now. But attending a fan call isn't that easy. More times than not, the participation in fan calls is determined by how many albums the fans can purchase. The fan calls are really short as well, ranging from 30 seconds to a minute, and the fans usually have to buy hundreds of albums to even have a chance of winning. Korean fans also have the privilege to enter idols' official fan clubs, which are, in most cases, a whole established organization. It can either be run by a group of fans or by the company itself, but it's not accessible to international fans in most cases. Most of the official fan clubs run by the company are a paid membership that don't allow international fans to join. In most cases, it's needed for you to be a Korean resident to join the fan club. The recruitment period for these fan clubs is usually just once a year. There are agencies like JYP Entertainment that offer both domestic and international fan club memberships, but the international one doesn't offer nearly as many benefits as the domestic one. Just how seriously fan clubs are taken in Korea, there was a rumor in 2018 that Songhoon from Sex Keys was dating a fan club president. president. It was the members of Songhoon's fan club called Hoonie World that brought up the clues on who his girlfriend might be. According to the fans, it was the fan club president. There were rumors that the alleged girlfriend was seen with Songhoon attending family events like weddings. In addition, the fans pointed out that the company's name for the fan club, which is Forever 2228, was the combination of Songhoon's and the fan club president's birthdays. The fact that the fan club was criticized for its poor management at one point put Songhoon more into the spotlight. Another occasion that shows the difference between international and Korean fans is whenever an idol announces that they're dating someone. It's worth mentioning that there are definitely odd ones in the bunch, but international fans are usually way more accepting of idols dating than Korean fans. In 2019, when Twice's Jihyo and Kang Daniel were confirmed to be dating, Korean netizens flocked to Daniel's social media to express their annoyance for him. They even called him a traitor, claiming he wasn't being sincere when he said that he loved his fans and said that he betrayed them by dating Jihyo. Same thing happened when EXO's Chen announced that he would be getting married and becoming a father. Korean fans lost their chill for days. They organized protests in front of the SM building, destroyed his merchandise and albums, and even sent out protest trucks demanding Chen to be removed from the group. International fans approach these events in a much calmer nature. Korean fans also usually react differently when an idol is exposed for driving under the influence or anything involving other substances. In most cases, that idol is immediately canceled, while international fans seem to be more patient and willing to label these incidents as mistakes that can happen to anyone. Not in all cases though, because there are thousands of international fans who call for justice whenever an idol is exposed for cultural appropriation and any other rude and disrespectful behavior. Korean fans seem to cancel idols for the wrong reasons. While international fans demand idols to speak up or apologize whenever they get into a scandal, Korean fans get the angriest when an idol is exposed for dating or for being married. In 2018, there was quite the debate where Korean netizens were outraged at international fans for unwhitewashing official pictures of idols by posting edited pictures that mimic their natural skin tone. The netizens were mainly angry because they thought international fans made the idol skin tones darker than it naturally was, and accused foreign fans for using pictures that have a yellowish tint to them in order to portray their real skin tone. There were also foreign fans that mocked the ruthless Korean beauty standards. It is also a known fact that international fans seem to put a little more effort into things than Korean fans, and it shows especially during voting seasons. According to a user on Quora, the reason behind this could be the fact that international fans can't see their idol as much, so they feel like they have to do much more for them. From hosting cup sleeve events to posting streaming guides for music videos or voting manuals for important awards, it's another way for international fans to show support for their idols. Another thing that sets these groups apart is that Korean fans tend to stick to just one group, while international fans usually stand more than just one group, and sometimes it's a mixture of boy groups and girl groups. A university professor Lee-gyu shared, "The fact that we see more of such disparities is because K-pop is expanding and getting bigger, and everyone joins with different expectations." According to Lee-gyu, K-pop will become more universal once it settles down in the international market, and the fans will then follow with changing their expectations accordingly. In the end, both sides have their rights and wrongs. While Korean fans help to get the idol's name out there, and idols essentially need a solid domestic fan base, international fans are exceptional in views, getting idols more recognition, radio plays, and the list goes on and on. Saying that one side matters the most isn't valuing the fans in any way, and it doesn't make sense to put one above the other when the roles that they play are different, but equally just as important and necessary. That's it for today. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and make sure to check out our website, KOOKIELIT.com. Thank you for watching. Bye!